If you need to integrate Google reCAPTCHA Enterprise, here's exactly how I do it. The example and tutorial will feature React Native Expo app as the frontend and Firebase Functions as the backend. All of the code will be in this repository. You can also take a look at my other tutorials, and I separated other tutorials by releases, so you can also see the article and the YouTube link. For reCAPTCHA, I use this package from Google Cloud Platform. And first, before anything, you need to enable reCAPTCHA service, and you need a project in the Google Cloud Console. If you use Firebase, you already have one. Find reCAPTCHA Enterprise and enable it if it's not enabled. You need to create key for every platform that you use. So if you use web, one for web, one for Android, one for iOS. For Android, it's just adding the package name and you're done. Create a key and copy this site key. And you need to repeat it for iOS. It is slightly different. You need to add the bundle ID, same as before. But it's not enough. You need to create a private key with enabled device check APIs. Go to Apple Developer and go to Keys and register a new key, check device check. In my case, it is grayed out, it is disabled because I already have the maximum number of allowed keys, so you will go to already created one and revoke it. Otherwise, go to continue and it will create a new P8 file which you will save. You will also get a key ID and you need to note the team ID. Set everything in these fields and then you're done. Create a key and again note it somewhere. And now the implementation part. Remember the site keys that I told you have to note. You will define them in the .env file in the Expo app, and it needs to be prefixed with the Expo public. Install the dependency. You need to initialize reCAPTCHA client only once per application lifecycle, so I chose it on a modular level. And this is how you get the reCAPTCHA token. reCAPTCHA client will be initialized only once. And now it's just a matter of fetching the token, and if you use, some kind of form sending, you would include that token in your form. I will just create Firebase function which will verify that token on the server side and return the message if it is verified. I will create a new component which calls this section get reCAPTCHA token. You might have noticed that it accepts an action, and action can be anything from a login sign up or your custom action. And now I need to send it to, it's a promise, and for now I will just print it and I'll run it separately in iOS and Android, and let's see what happens. iOS should not have an issue, but Android will have an issue and will solve it. I'll explain what's the issue about when I reach it in the build error. And here's my iOS build, and I just need to verify reCAPTCHA. When you wait for this long, it should be immediately, but when you wait for this long, there's an error in your reCAPTCHA. And why is there an error? Because I have an invalid package name. I made a typo when I was adding it in the reCAPTCHA Enterprise. And now for the second try, I got the reCAPTCHA token. And now let's see what happened to Android build. It wasn't successfully built because on Android, this library requires core library desugaring to be enabled. So it would be ideal if I could set something like this in the Expo build properties. But I can't, it doesn't work. So this is the important part, core library desugaring enabled, and you need to define which version of the desugar JDK libs you need. For this exact version of the reCAPTCHA, I needed 213. And the solution that worked for me was creating a custom plugin that modifies the build Gradle file and injects the dependencies and this flag. So I create a new module, a new plugin in the plugins directory that is called with Android desugaring, and this is the basic wireframe of a plugin. I want to pass properties and define them in app configuration because the sugar version might change over time, and the rest of the plugin is just basically reading the build Gradle file and modifying it. So what do I do here? I do a little bit of regex search and replace and inject my code in the build Gradle. So I needed to enable, like I said, enable this flag, add the source compatibility like the stack trace suggested, and add the exact version that was requested. It was 2.1.3, and I pass it from the app configuration. This is how you include an Expo TypeScript plugin, and this is the property that is passed. But for TypeScript plugin to work in the Expo app configuration, you also need to import TSX, and I don't add it in my dev dependencies because it's needed during build. The other solution would be for you to write it exactly in plain old JavaScript and use CommonJS, but I prefer when I can write in TypeScript. And now hopefully when it builds reCAPTCHA, well, it will definitely work. And it finally built, and I can now verify reCAPTCHA. I got the reCAPTCHA token over here. And what's left now is to integrate it in the backend, Firebase Functions. For Firebase Functions, install Firebase tool globally. You need to log into your Firebase project and then just do Firebase init, which will initialize functions. I prefer to work with TypeScript. And what it does, it initializes functions directory. And this module is the entry point for all of the Firebase functions. If you want to test it, you can uncomment this hello world function. And also Firebase JSON contains configuration for deployment and your emulator. So to initialize emulator, just init emulators. And for our use case, I need only functions. It will be running on port 5001. I want to see the emulator UI. I don't care about the port, and this will just download the emulators. And if I take a look at my functions package.json, the serve command is the command that will bootstrap your emulators. It will run this emulator UI. And you can take a look at your functions that are running on 5001 on the logs page. So whenever you send a request to emulator functions, you should see the logs appearing in this emulator UI. And I'm using this version. And you can connect to the Firebase emulator by connecting it, maybe root layout would be the best place. And just call not at Firebase but React Native Firebase Functions. And the host will be different depending if it's Android or iOS. On Android you can use 10.0.2.2 and iOS will work with localhost. So the connection has been made and I need to add the Firebase function call. And first I will integrate the function verify reCAPTCHA. For now it doesn't have anything, it throws an implemented error. We need dependencies, install reCAPTCHA for functions and Zod for request validation, because before I call the reCAPTCHA assessment I want to verify that I got the request that I wanted. I use request validation with all of my function and I call middleware for that, which implements Zod schema validation. Schema tries to parse the request data. If it fails what's defined in the schema, I log it and I can see it in the emulator logs or Google Cloud logs when it's deployed on production. Otherwise, the function proceeds with the function implementation. So how it looks in the function? I define a schema, I expect the token to be passed and the platform. I don't need to worry about that validation logic, I just hook the middleware in here. And request data knows how to infer the type of the schema. Now let's suppose that the validation passed. I need to initialize the reCAPTCHA client. I saw in some of the examples that the site key is passed with the payload. I don't know, I like to keep it separated. You need to pass the reCAPTCHA iOS site key and Android site key in the .env file. If you don't pass it, upon deployment, Firebase will ask you to provide the values of these keys. If it's defined, deployment will go through with the process. Other solution would be to use secret, Google Secret Manager. So it's define secret, and what it does when the function is called, Firebase will ping Google Secret Manager for the latest value of the site key. But it won't work unless you define the dependency to which secrets you use, like this. So remember I was talking about verify reCAPTCHA, and I mentioned that you can pass an action. This is optional, but when you verify the token, you can also verify what action you expected it to be. So I can repeat the expected action, and I can finally call the assessment. When verifying with the Google service, you need to provide which Google Cloud project. If you're running this from Firebase, of course you do if it's Firebase function, this is already provided. You don't use the define string parameterized configuration because Firebase will ask you to provide it upon deployment. Not necessary, this is already provided by Firebase, even if you are running the Firebase emulator. Expected action, token, and site keys are defined in the event, and you can verify two things. The result will come in the token properties. If the token is invalid, I return the permission denied, and also if the expected action doesn't match, permission denied. One more thing. Since you are using the reCAPTCHA Enterprise, it makes sense to also match by the risk score. Minimum risk score, it's a value that can be from 0 to 1, so I chose 0.5. And finally, I can return message that the reCAPTCHA verification was successful. What else? Okay. You can see here that I immediately called the first element. And why is that? Because create assessment function signature returns a 3-tuple element. So you can always get the first element. And this is not enough. I also want to try catch. You never know what else can fail. And let's log verifying reCAPTCHA. I just retrieved the HTTPS error. And I think we're done with the functions implementation. So now let's see what happens on Frontend. And now finally how it looks. I'll try to verify reCAPTCHA, and it says an error occurred during verification. Interesting. So I got the reCAPTCHA risk score of 0. I think I didn't even get the risk score. And my assumption is because I'm running this from an emulator. I remember when I was testing on production, the risk score did work. So probably has an issue that this is coming from an emulator and this is running on the Firebase emulator. So if we comment the line that's important, it will pass. And now it passed. I'm sure it worked on production. I created this video as a foundation for my in-app contact forms. I implemented sending the email from the app instead of opening the mail client, and using Google Cloud Functions in one of the apps and Nest.js in the other app with Mailgun. I wanted to verify who can send the email, and that's why I implemented reCAPTCHA. And now that I think of it, I could have just implemented Firebase subcheck, but then I wouldn't have this tutorial. Thanks for watching.